We're in Ecclesfield now. Today is Friday the 22nd of June. I'm down here with Norma, second cousin, and these, we're filming at the moment, some of the older buildings used to make nails. They call nail cottages, and I assume they lived in the place where they worked. It looks like an old stable. And this is the back of the cottages, the nail cottages. You can tell by the brickwork is reasonably old, as opposed to the brand new houses right next door. They're showing their age.
Yes, yes.
You can enjoy it.
Right.
Just be able to see and everything.
All right. Yes. But it's still prepped.
I think. I'm not certain.
This house here, it's about 500-600 years old. Look at the size of the windows. And the mullions over the windows. The one beside is probably a little bit newer.
And then maybe an extension on the other side.
Yeah, and put an extension on there to match. They would have been probably stables at the far end. It's now a bakery. Cemetery, the old cemetery, and we just cleaned up great-grandfather gravestone, even though it's laying down. It should be quite readable. And just a few plots down is the other one. This is Caroline, his first wife. There she is. At the bottom of the wood end, just driven down to look at the old cottage. There's Norma's little blue vehicle. Telephone box is gone. This the back. There's two cottages joined into one now.
See that little building there with the door in it?
The one down there, yeah?
The brown door.
Yep.
That used to be the pigsty.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. And they used to keep hens in the top there.
Yeah. It's quite a little settlement now, isn't it?
Yeah. So the CCTV.
That's all we need, barking dogs. This could possibly be the butcher shop that Dad ran in the early 1900s. It's next door to the old Harrow Inn, which is that one there. And it looks old enough to be, it's now a fish and chip shop. It could very well have been the butcher's shop. Is that a chapel there, is it? Is that
That's a chapel, yes. And the St Mark's Church is further down with the bell tower. Well, the bell, yes, just rings a solitary bell.
Monday, the 25th of June 2018. The time is 7:50 in the morning. Beautiful bright sunny morning, cloudless sky. I'm just on my way down to catch a bus to Grenoside, do a bit of filming over there. And this is the place I've been happily staying at for the last 4 weeks. Very comfortable. My bedroom was at the back there, but very nice anyway. We're sorry to go. There's a plane up in the sky, jetting off somewhere. And this is typical of the majority of streets in Sheffield. Just hope I don't get run over. As you can see, the cars parked on every side of the road. They park on the footpaths. So sometimes you actually walk on the road. It's about a 10-minute walk down to Penistone Road to catch the bus. Beautiful in its own way. And this is just a little garden, walled off garden in front of their houses. It's about a metre deep, just big enough to either have a little garden or put their rubbish bins behind. You don't have any access to the rear. As I'm walking around, I notice a lot of the front walls have fences chopped off about half an inch above the stone, and I believe there's some new ones there, that these were all cut off during the war as the war effort for steel to build weapons and tanks and planes. Everybody contributed, chopped off all their fences, and they would have been so ornate. Everybody, including myself, thinks this as Hillsborough Road, but it's not. It's actually Middlewood Road, and Hillsborough Road is this little side street. Well, it's not a side, it's a side road. There's Hillsborough Road there. It's only a short one. This is Regent Court, block of flats. I think these were the first flats to be built in Sheffield. And at one stage they were the slums of Sheffield. But now they're all privately owned, all nicely kept. I'm just about to walk past the Bradfield Club where I held my 70th birthday almost 5 years ago. This is the entrance to the Hillsborough Club, a bit like a TARDIS. Definitely bigger on the inside than it looks on the outside. Just walking up Saltbox Lane to Grenoside Village. Just have to, just about opposite it now. No idea what the building is named. It's quite an impressive looking building. I suppose it will modernise the windows and doors, but basically left the same structure. Just about to walk up Skew Hill now. Take my time going up there. Oh, finally made it. So we're walking to Grenoside now. parish church of St. Mark, Grenoside. And this would have been around when my grandparents lived around here. Whether they would have gone to it or not is another story. And there's the entranceway just there. And on the other side is probably the older, looks like an old school. Yeah, probably an old school building. Looking at the brickwork. I'm just about to go up there. I can see the butchers from here. I would say that these cottages would have been around at least 100, if not more, years ago. And there's a couple of pubs there. There's the Angel. And on the other corner is the old Harrow. I would have said there would have been stables in the early days. Now a garage. And here we are, right in the middle of the old Grenoside village. Well, how about this for a bit of luck? I've just been talking to the butcher at Westness Butchers, established 1898, and his father knew my grandfather, and he was just saying they had a butcher right in that building there. It's now an extension to the pub and toilets. And just down the road is where he said my grandfather started his business in what is now a garage, but there would have been a little building on there where he set up his butcher's business. Right, just there. And from there they expanded up the hill. I'm not saying they lived there, but they've been around the same time. And they moved the hill to there, on that corner. So we know categorically that that is the premises of Grandad's butchery. Perfect place, right next door to a pub. And that there, what we thought was the butcher's, was the original toilets for the pub. Just about to enter Hillsborough Park. It holds lots of fond memories for me when I was young. Coming down here, we play tennis on those courts over there. Spent happy hours, many hours in here as kids. This is the pond at the lower end of Hillsborough Park. As kids, we'd come down here to sail our yachts or boats or even matchsticks, just to get the fun. There's an island in the middle where the ducks are. I remember it being a lot larger, but I suppose when you're small, everything looks so much bigger. Lots of ducks, even some white swans on the lake this morning. Ducks going to be fed over there. There's the two white swans being fed there. There's another look at the lake from the top end. There's a walkway that goes right around. Kids will enjoy this. That house always looked really grand compared with the little house that we lived in. I think it's not the park keeper. Somebody looks after the park anyway. Just up to Hillsborough Corner now. We'll look through some of the shops. Beautiful day. Warm without being too hot. Reminds me of a typical New Zealand winter day.